On Saturday, the 4th of January 2014, the political and ideological prisoners of the Section 350 of Evin Prison, who had refused to eat food in objection to the transfer of 4 of their cellmates to the solitary confinement in Section 240, found out that the prison officials had broken their promises, and this resulted in disruptions in the Section 350 of Evin Prison. The families of 4 hunger striker prisoners in Ghaz el-Hissar prison who are sentenced to death began their hunger strike in support of their loved ones. On Saturday, the 28th of December 2013, the families of Hamed Ahmadi, Kamal Malayi, Jamshid Dehghani, and Jahangir Dehghani visited them in prison and began their hunger strike after witnessing the poor health conditions of these prisoners. During the past week, Sayyid Mustafa Tajizadeh wrote a letter addressed to the head of the judiciary requesting his public court appearance to be in the presence of a jury.
According to the news received, on Sunday the 5th of January, the hearing sessions of Bahar newspaper and Shahrvand Emruz weekly magazine were held in branch 76 of the Penal Court in Tehran with the presence of a jury. The charges of the Bahar newspaper are promoting prostitution and vice, publishing obscene and immoral pictures, propagating against the regime, spreading articles against Islam, creating friction between social groups, insulting Islam and its sanctities, and spreading rumors and lies. The jury's verdict agreed on 6 out of 7 of the charges. Heshmatollah Tabarzadi, an Iranian journalist and secretary of the Democratic Front, was summoned by the prosecutor to serve the remainder of his sentence. He was the managing editor of publications Student Message, Student Voice, Our Identity, and Daily Report.
Habibullah Muhaqqaq, Labour Home Secretary in the city of Semnan, informed of the closure of the Semnan tile factory and hence the unemployment of 150 workers, and added that 6 months' worth of wages and insurance premium of the workers have not been paid. Last week, Asghar Manfard, the head of the Islamic Council of Workers in Zone 2 of the city of Abadan, informed of the 8-month non-payment of outstanding claims of 200 council workers of the region. The representative of workers of Kamyab Sugar Mill Factory has informed of the gathering of a group of workers in front of the Khomeini governorship in Isfahan on Tuesday the 7th of January. Karim Saderzadeh, executive secretary of Tabriz Labour House, spoke of gatherings of the workers of the industrial machinery of Teraktor Sazi in Tabriz, in front of the East Azerbaijan's industries and mines, protesting against the 8-month delay in payment of their wages. On Tuesday the 7th of January, Parveen Mohammadi, an independent labour activist, announced that 200 workers of the automobile factory, Ran-e-Iran, had lost their jobs and their names were passed to the Unemployed Insurance Fund office. News indicate that the municipality of Sanandaj has fired 200 workers of districts 1, 2, 3 and Baharan district.
Bagher Gholami, a Sunni activist from the city of Ahvaz, was arrested by intelligence ministry officials and accused of the following: arranging various meetings to spread Salafi thoughts, hostility towards the Shia religion, tendency to Salafi ideas, cooperation with foreigners, and disrupting national security through the publication of Salafi thoughts. Jamshid Dehghan, Kamal Malayi, and Hamed Ahmadi, 3 Sunni prisoners in Ghaz el-Hissar prison, who are in their 63rd day of hunger strike, have reportedly lost consciousness on Saturday the 4th of January due to their physical weakness. Last week, Hossein Saketi Aramsari, a Christian citizen, was sentenced to 1 year imprisonment by the Islamic Revolutionary Court of Karaj city. Iranian government military forces in the city of Sardasht killed a young Kurdish man and dragged his body on the ground through the city. The murdered man was named Saman Khazri. Afshin Entezari, Fakhruddin Ghafoor, Nazer Hosseinpour and Wafa Ayeli, 4 Sunni prisoners who are still in solitary confinement, held by the Intelligence Ministry office of Urumia city, are reportedly in a very poor living condition and in a state of limbo.
According to reports received, after sending text messages to a number of representatives, including Gholam Ali Haddad Adel, requesting for the freedom of prisoners, resulted in arresting 1 citizen with charges of propaganda against the regime. Muhammad Mattaji, who sent the text message 3 months ago to those who claimed to be the representatives of the public, was arrested on the 24th of December and after 5 days of interrogation in the police station, was transferred to the branch 350 of the Evin prison. On Saturday the 6th of January 2014, a young person from the city of Miandoro, who had been accused of murdering a young man approximately 4 years ago in the city of Sari, was hanged in the Sari prison. On Sunday the 5th of January 2014, Jawad Abu Ali, accused of insulting the supreme leader and propaganda against the regime, was sentenced to 26 years imprisonment and transferred to the prison of Behbehan. On Tuesday the 7th of January 2014, a prisoner accused of murder was hanged in the Gachsaran prison. The prosecutor of the city of Ghazvin, Ismail Sadeghi Niaraki, has announced that on Tuesday the 7th of January 2014, 3 prisoners accused of drug trafficking were hanged in the central prison of the city of Ghazvin.
One of the prisoners of the Central Penitentiary of Karaj has indicated that, recently, with the start of the cold season, infectious diseases have increased inside the prison. Prior to this, diseases such as tuberculosis, hepatitis, and AIDS were already very common. But as the cold spell started, the situation has worsened. Zanayer Moradi, who suffers from spinal pain, is still deprived of proper treatment. On Monday the 6th of January, Asadollah Asadi, after complaining about the prison guards, was beaten by the officer in section 240 of the prison using an electric shocker. According to the news received, the Tehran Provincial Court Chief Public Prosecutor has threatened the political prisoners and their families about passing information to the media. Khoda Bakshi, the attorney representative of Tehran, whilst visiting some of the prisoners in section 350, threatened the prisoners by emphasizing that if their names appear in any news websites, they would be banned from visiting their families for a long period. A meeting to review the charges of Fatima Hashemi was held on Wednesday the 8th of January, behind closed doors at Tehran's Revolutionary Court. She was taken to the court because of the statements she made about events in the parliament. On Thursday the 9th of January, Minu Mohrez, head of the AIDS Research Center in Iran, indicated that the number of children with HIV and hepatitis is both shocking and horrifying. It has been 3 months since Evin prison's authorities banned the political prisoner Dr. Hani Yazarlu from seeing physicians in clinics outside of the prison.